So when I was teaching you about the rights of employees, I told you the right is the power that you have. How you should be treated according to what we've read in a just manner. What is your just manner? It is something that you're privileged to have, a right. What are the rights of children? They have the right to live and to be loved. They have the right to play and leisure. They have the right to good health. So good health is whereby if a child is sick, you take them to it, to hospital. That's why we keep on taking you to hospital when you're sick. We have also the right to education and training, the right to expression. But mostly you don't like using the right to expression. Why don't you express yourself? If you have an issue, you express yourself. The right to citizenship, the right to protection, and the right to guidance. From there, we look at the factors that lead to child labor. We said yesterday that child labor is employing a child who's under the age of 18 years. When you employ a child, no matter the type of job that you give him or her, it's child labor because they're under the age of 18 years. So the factors, did we talk about them yesterday? No. Poverty. Especially in poor families, the children go to seek for what? For employment in order to feed themselves, to get the basic needs. And most of them become mechanics. As in lately, I've seen most mechanics they are tiny children. Yes. They also lack role models. Yes. They lack people to emulate. Due to lack of role models, they don't put a lot of emphasis on them going to school. They think that going to look for work and getting money, that is important. That is another factor that leads to child labor. Also lack of schooling, because if you're not at school, that means you're somewhere doing what? Working. You cannot be at home just sitting. Also greed for material wealth. Like here it's an instance whereby a child thinks that and mostly it's I guess high school, some of the high school students, you reach a point whereby you feel like school is not the thing. You want to go and work in the towns to earn money. You want to get money. You say, oh, I will get money. I don't need school because I can still work without the what? The education. But that one is short-lived. Let me warn you, it is very short-lived. Don't leave school. Also, lack of good homes and poor upbringing. Because of their upbringing, there are so many challenges in your home that you opt to go look for what? For work, to earn your own living. Victims of diseases like HIV/AIDS, in that they can feel it's called stigmatization while in school. If they feel the stigma, it's whereby stigma, whereby if someone has HIV/AIDS and maybe you are going for lunch and then their plate, just by a mere accident, it falls near you, and then your own plate, it falls near that person who has HIV/AIDS, then you tell them, keep it, it's yours. Because you're scared of getting what? HIV. That is stigmatization. You're making them feel what? Victimized. Because of that, they opt out of school and go to look for jobs when they're young. Or even, there are so many needs. For a person who has HIV/AIDS needs to eat good food, a balanced diet, so that they can take what? The medication. And they cannot be able to afford a balanced diet. So therefore, they opt, instead of using the money for schooling, yes, their parents opt for the children to go and start looking for food for themselves. Or the death of the parents. If your parents have passed on, most of the families don't help out. Most of them, they don't. And if you find someone who's educating a child who does not have parents, most of them are friends. Or even, as I was telling you yesterday, the church members. And then negligence by relatives, whereby, and parents, they don't care whether you go to work when you're young or not. So they basically neglected the child.